hustle is a micro business, but it's still a business. That means you'll need to get yourself set up properly so you avoid any obstacles that could prevent you from operating. One of the keys to entrepreneurial success is anticipating obstacles that could stand in your way. Potential legal hurdles you may encounter as you're setting up your side hustle include concerns regarding consent and liability, health and safety requirements, and permits. Potential financial obstacles include getting a business bank account, finding a way to collect payments, collecting sales tax, and maintaining the flow of cash into your business, or cash flow. Let's look at each of these challenges so you can start figuring out how to overcome those that apply to your situation. Let's start with legal concerns, beginning with concerns about consent and liability. The earlier you're able to identify these possible obstacles, the sooner you can conquer them. Will your side hustle involve offering a service? If so, you may need to get some documents in place to make sure your customers are clear about what they're paying for and the results they can expect. For instance, let's say you're starting a tutoring side hustle. You may need a short client contract stating that attending tutoring sessions doesn't guarantee students an A. Will your side hustle require you to supervise children, lead athletic activities, or handle animals? If so, you may need documentation to obtain consent and protect you from liability in the case of an accident. If your business involves meeting customers in a space you rent, or if your business activities could potentially damage someone's property, then you'll also want to make sure you have insurance coverage. No matter what business you're in, health and safety should always be your priority. Make sure you meet the legal requirements for your industry. Something as simple as a sandwich business could require you to take a course on food safety, for instance. Also, be sure to secure whatever permits or licenses you need to run your side hustle legally. The federal government's BizPal service makes it easy to identify the permits or licenses you need for the kind of business you're planning in your geographical location. A few years ago, students in an entrepreneurship course at Mount Allison decided to open a craft brewery. They found that their venture required way more legal paperwork than they'd expected. And it took them so long to meet the health and safety regulations and get the proper licensing that the class had to run for a second term so they could see their idea through to fruition. Now let's consider some possible financial hurdles and how you can overcome them. Your first financial hurdle could be setting up a bank account separate from your personal checking or savings account. Your bank may try to sell you on a business account, which could come with high fees and qualifications you may not meet. If that's the case, just set up a separate personal account. The main thing at this point is to keep your personal and business finances separate. That way you can easily keep track of your side hustle expenses and profits and report them on your tax return. Another common challenge is figuring out a simple, secure way to get paid. They say cash is king, and getting paid in cash is certainly quick and easy for you, but not necessarily for your customers. Not everyone carries cash these days, and cash can also be harder to track than electronic transactions. When you're thinking about payment, consider your customers and choose the method that will be easiest for them. If you're selling online, you can use a number of internet payment services such as PayPal and Venmo. If you're selling in person, there are easy-to-use portable devices such as Square that you can use for credit card and debit card payments. Now what about taxes? No matter how much income you make from your side hustle, you will need to report it on your personal tax return. Depending on your location, you may also need to collect sales tax. The Canada Revenue Agency provides a lot of information for free, so check out their resources before you pay for advice from an accountant. Finally, regardless of location, size, or industry, one financial hurdle all new businesses face is generating enough cash to cover their expenses. You can take some proactive steps to help generate a steady flow of cash into your business. For example, you can ask customers to pay up front when they order your product or service, or you can ask them to make a deposit. Once you identify the hurdles you need to overcome, you'll soon be able to find a way over, around, or underneath them. Remember, resourcefulness and resilience are important entrepreneurial qualities. Each obstacle you encounter is simply a chance to develop those strengths. Those students who dreamed about starting a craft brewery on campus, Well, they persisted, and today the legacy of their determination lives on as Bagtown Brewery. Who knows what your side hustle could become? Once you've identified the legal and financial requirements for your business, you're ready to create and execute a step-by-step plan that will count down to your launch day.